This cool knife is a Williamson-designed Brous Blades Reloader. This is the G10 version, which has milled G10 handle scales, and a D2 blade with a significant recurve and kind of a Tonto tip, with a wide swedge on the top here, and Brous blades inscribed on the spine. There was also an aluminum version and a carbon fiber version, and this one says that it is number 409 out of 500. I think there were 500 in this color combination of the blackout blade with black G10 handle scale. I got this knife for a really good deal. I picked it up at the Texas State Surplus Store, which is where airport seizures end up in the state of Texas. So things that are surrendered to the TSA at airports all over the state of Texas end up at the Texas State Surplus Store. Sometimes they're in big bins. If you watch my channel, you've seen me dig through $3 bins and $8 bins looking at knives. If they see something in there that they know is worth more than that, they'll pull it out and try to price it individually, which is a little tricky with this knife because they couldn't distinguish with certainty between this version of the knife and other versions of the knife. This version is worth, or sold originally, for about $330, $339 actually, with the G10 scales. It was a little less expensive to get it with aluminum handles and a bit more expensive to get it with carbon fiber handles. All of them had D2 blades. There were various blade finishes. They had a satin finish and a blackout finish and an acid wash finish. There is, however, a much more affordable model of this knife that is imported. These original Brous Blades knives were made in the United States. I've ordered one of the imports, which are available for less than $50. I'll open this up with my Kaiser. Made in China. This is the polymer framed imported version of the Reloader. And it has some important distinctions that differentiate it from the American-made G10 Reloader. It's a different material. It's not G10. It's polymer. It's less heavy. The blade stock is thinner. It doesn't have Brous blades engraved on the spine of the blade. The lines are similar but not identical. Hardware is different. Pocket clip is different. One of the main materials differences between the imported and the American version of the Reloader is that on the import, the liner lock is made of steel, whereas on the American version, it's made of titanium. The G10 version of the Brous Reloader weighs in at 6 1/4 ounces, whereas the polymer version weighs in at 4 3/8 ounces. It's a little mystifying that Brous would do this, to make such a similar knife at such a drastically discounted price. Now, there have been counterfeits of the Brous Reloader, and I sent photos of this knife to Brous, and they were kind enough to reply with an email and to tell me that this appeared to be the genuine article. Both of these feature D2 tool steel blades. So what you're paying for with the American-made model is, first of all, that it is indeed American-made, that it's in a limited run, that it has titanium liner locks, and all the other differences are pretty minor. $340, more like $40. This is $300 less than this. Well, I've got the Brous Reloader on the table, and that's the American G10 model. I'll go ahead and do some size comparisons so you can get a sense of how big this thing is. Here is a Bench-made bug out and a mini bug out. Ontario Wrap Model 1 and Model 2. Spyderco Para 3 and PM2. Griptilian and Mini Grip. .940 Osborne and .945 Mini Osborne. There are some real advantages to this blade shape. Having a recurve is going to give you more linear edge than a straighter edge would be, and it also pulls material into the blade as you cut. This is a popular design for tactical knives. Here, for example, is the Microtech Amphibian, which also features a recurve blade. You can see this as well on some of the Emerson designed knives, like this Kershaw. This is the largest of the Ken Onion Leak series. And here is Cold Steel's Voyager Vaquero, which also features a recurve blade. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel to see a lot more knife content. Bye.